If you're struggling financially, you're probably making at least 3 of these mistakes and they are keeping you broke. So let's take it you've been working hard, get your paycheck, you think, this time I'm going to save. I'm going to be smart about my money. But then the bills hit, the rent, credit cards, car payments, suddenly it's all gone. And just like that, you're back to zero again. And the worst of all, you have no idea where your money went. I'm sure this sounds familiar. If you don't change the way you handle money, you stay trapped in this set forever. Most people think that the answer to struggling financially is making more money. But the truth is, it's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. Let's look at lottery winners who always ended up broke. About 70% of lottery winners go bankrupt within a few years. They had millions and they lost it all. Why? Because they never learned how to manage money. So more income will save you from bad financial habits. And if you're not careful, these 10 mistakes will keep you stuck forever. They will keep you stuck paycheck to paycheck no matter how much you earn. But not to worry, because today we are going to discover exactly how to fix it. So stick with me as we go through it one by one, from number 1 mistake to the 10th mistake. And at the end of this video, you're going to learn a great value for your time spent. And then let me know which of these mistakes you've been making, and let's discuss about it. So some people are living paycheck to paycheck without a plan. And the fact is, nearly about 60% of people do, living paycheck to paycheck, even those earning 6 figures. And this is because they have no financial plan. So have you ever felt you're working just to survive? Like no matter how much you earn, it disappears the moment it hits your account. Let's look at this case study of Sarah. Sarah earned $85,000 a year, but was always broke every month. This is because she spent everything she made with no system to track where her money was going. She would tell herself, I will start saving when I make more money. But when she got a raise, nothing changed, and no income just meant more spending. The truth is, there is a high-end income trap where doctors, lawyers, high-income earners are some of the biggest victims of these mistakes. They make 6 figures but still live paycheck to paycheck because of their lifestyle inflation. They upgrade their homes, they buy luxury cars, they take on more debt because they assume their high salary can handle it. But when an emergency hits or they lose their job, they have nothing saved. Another great example is the Starbucks habit. So let's break it down for that. The small daily purchase that seems harmless add up over time. You buy $5 Starbucks coffee every day. This is $150 per month and compounds to $1,800 per year. So multiply this by 5 years. This is $9,000 spent on just coffee. Invest that same amount and you could have over $20,000 in 10 years. So then, how do we fix this? Let's track every dollar for 1 month. Write down everything you spend. Your coffee, your online purchase, and you'll be shocked where your money is going. And I recommend you use the 50-30-20 rule. And that is 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and the rest 20% for savings and investing. You can automate your savings. The moment your paycheck comes in, set up an automatic transfer to your savings before you can spend it. A good example to illustrate this is the wealthy versus the broke. The wealthy pay themselves first. They save before spending. But the broke, they spend first and then try to save what is left, which is usually nothing by this time. Imagine if every dollar you earn had a purpose. Instead of disappearing, it worked for you. So if you don't have a plan for your money, someone else will take it away from you. And that is what Starbucks coffee does. Your online purchases, that is what they do. So comment below. Do you track your spending? If not, start today and let me know how it goes. The second mistake that people do is depending on only one source of income. So if your paycheck disappears tomorrow, how long could you survive? So think about it. If your job ended today, no warning, no severance, how long could you keep paying your bills? A month, a week, or would you be in trouble immediately? Most people don't realize they are one emergency away from financial disaster. because they depend entirely on one single paycheck. Look at what happened during the 2020 pandemic. The layoffs. Millions of people lost their jobs overnight. Some had savings, some had investments, but most had nothing to fall back on. Most people who had only one source of income were left scrambling, while those who had streams of income will weather the storm. And this is the difference between the millionaires and the middle class. The average millionaire has 7 income streams. The average person has only one, their job. So this is the difference between financial security and financial strength. So how do you fix this? Start a side hustle, freelancing, e-commerce, content creation, affiliate marketing. There are so many of them. Sell courses online. Even an extra $200 a month can make a big difference. So invest in dividend stocks or real estate so your money works for you even while you sleep. Monetize a skill you already have. Always ask you for an advice on something. That's a potential income stream. Take an example of the rise of the creator economy. Right? People are turning their knowledge, their skills, and hobbies into income. A school teacher now makes 6 figures online teaching math. A fitness coach earns passive income from an online course. A photographer started selling presets online and doubled their income. So imagine waking up and knowing that no matter what happens at your 9-to-5 job, you still have money coming in. So take this away. Never rely on just one income. If one fails, your entire financial life is at crisis. So start building today. What's one income stream you want to build? Another mistake a lot of people do is ignoring investing because it's too complicated. I've often been in this position. I've thought about investing so many times and the jargons were too overwhelming. Of course, before I finally decided I start. So if you're not investing, you're losing money every single day. And let me ask you this, if you have started investing $5 5 years ago, how much do you think you have now? Most people think that investing is only for the wealthy, for those who wear expensive clothes, who live a life of luxury, trade all day, and have thousands of dollars sitting in their accounts. That's a myth. The truth is, the people who stay poor are the ones who never start investing. Let us sink in. So let me give you another example. The $100 versus the inflation trap. Imagine that in 1990, $100 could buy you a shoe cart of 12. In 2024, that same $100 buys you half the groceries. Why? Because of inflation. If your money is just sitting in your bank account, it's losing value every single day. So that means that every dollar you save today will be worthless tomorrow unless you put it to work. The reason most people don't invest isn't because they don't want to. It's because they are afraid. And what are the common investing fears? What if I lose money? I don't know how to pick stocks. I don't know how to pick stocks, but I've decided to start investing. Better late than never, right? There are others who say, I'll invest when I make more money. I was a victim of this too. But here is the thing. The stock market has made more millionaires than anything else in history. And you don't need to be an expert. You just need to start. What was Warren Buffett's advice on investing? He started investing at the age of 11. His biggest regrets, not starting earlier. And his advice, the best time to start investing was yesterday. The second best time is today. So start investing today, even if it is $10. You may be asking yourself, how can I start investing if I have no experience? So just open a brokerage account. You have Vanguard, you have Fidelity, you have Robinhood. There are so many of them. Just go online and do some research. Or talk to experienced people or professionals. And you have ChatGPT that can help you do some research and do some recommendations. It takes just 5 minutes. Start with index funds. The S&P 500, historically, they grow 8 to 10% every year. So you can invest automatically every month. Set it and forget it. And then there is $10 a day experiment. Yeah. So if you invest $10 every day in an index fund, you could have over 1.5 millions. We could have over $1.5 million in 40 years. If you do nothing, you stay broke. As simple as that. So why do we see the rich keep getting richer? They keep winning. This is because they don't work for money. They make money work for them. So they invest early, they invest for faith. They let compound interest do the heavy lifting. So let's take two friends, for example. Two friends, Jake and Mark. Jake starts investing at the age of 25, putting away 200. Mark waits until age 35 to start investing. Same amount. And by the time they are 65, over $1 million. Mark, only half of that. So let's say you wake up 10 years from now with a 6-figure investment account just because you started today. So the best investors aren't the smartest. They are the ones who start early. Another mistake people make is carrying back credit cards, interest loans. Look, debt isn't the problem, but debt is. Let's assume you work hard every month, but by the time you pay off your credit card bills, student loans, or car payments, there is nothing left. And the worst part, you barely made a dent in your balance. So the credit card trap, the banks keeps you stuck. They make you work for them. And most people fall into this credit card trap because it feels like free money. When you're getting it, you swipe, you buy, you don't feel the pain until the bill comes in. And here is where it gets dangerous. The average credit card rate is 24%. You know that. If you only make minimum payments, you end up paying double or more. Let's meet John with his $30,000 credit card nightmare. John thought he was managing his debts, right? He had a $30,000 credit card balance, but only made minimum payment each month. Big mistake. Because with 24% interest, big mistake because with 24% interest, that balance ballooned to 60,000. John pays thousands of a loan. Money that would have gone to savings, investment, or building his future. So while your debt is going faster than you realize, here is the harsh truth. If you're carrying high interest debts, you're working for the bank, not for yourself. Every month, that balance sits there. The interest compounds. Your money is going to someone else instead of working for you. Assuming you have $5,000 in your credit card debt at 24% interest, your minimum payment is $125 per month. Only $25,000 goes towards the actual debt. The rest, $100, goes to the bank. That's like buying a $5 coffee for yourself and handing the bank another $5 just for fun. So if you want to control and eliminate back debts, use the avalanche method. Pay extra on the debts with the highest interest rate first, like the credit cards. Make minimum payment on everything else. Once the first debt is gone, pour that payment into the next highest debt. You can also negotiate lower interest rates. Call your credit card company and ask for a lower, and you'll be surprised they might say yes. So consider transferring your balance to a zero interest card for temporary relief. Then stop paying only the minimum. Even an extra $50 a month can save you thousands in interest. Cut unnecessary expenses and redirect that money towards paying your debt. For example, you can create a 3-year debt-free plan. Let's assume you have $15,000 in credit card. Let's assume you have $15,000 in credit card debts at 22% interest rates. Your minimum payment will be $375 per month. So instead of just paying the minimum, cut your expenses and pay $1,000 per month. And you'll be completely free of debt in 18 months instead of 20 years plus. So imagine how much money you will have if you weren't paying hundreds in interest every month. If you don't control your debt will control you. So make a plan and take action today. So what's your biggest struggle with debt? Let's figure it out together. Another area where people have problems is not having emergency funds set up. Life happens, and if you don't have an emergency fund, you rely on debt. It's like you're driving home after work and suddenly your car starts making a horrible grinding noise. You pull over, heart pounding, you already know this is going to cost you money. But when you check your account balance, you don't have enough. Now you're forced to do one of these three things. Swipe your credit card and rack up even more debt. Borrow money from a friend or a family member. Delay the repair and risk something even worse happening. And the truth why most people don't have emergency funds set up is because most people don't think about emergencies until it's too late. A recent study found that 57% of Americans can afford a $1,000 emergency. That means if their car breaks down, if they lose their job, if a medical bill pops up, they are instantly in financial crisis mode. We know the COVID-19 pandemic shock. Millions of people lost their jobs overnight. Some had emergency funds and could survive. Others didn't and were forced to rely on loans, credit cards, or government assistance. The truth is, when you don't have savings, you pay more for emergencies. You put unexpected bills on your credit cards and end up paying interest. You borrow money from family and friends and feel guilty about it. You don't need to save thousands overnight to set up an emergency fund. You just need to start. Set a goal and aim for $1,000 first. This covers small emergencies. Then build up 3 to 6 months of expenses. Keep it separate from your savings account. Then the next step, to secure your future financially, open a high-yield savings account. Early to one, markers, many of them. Do not keep it in your main checking account where you can easily spend it. Also, automate small transfers. Start with $10 and increase it over time. You should get a bonus, tax refund, or extra cash. Save it, invest it. A study shows that people who automate savings are 3 times more likely to have emergency funds. Why? Because they don't rely on willpower. They make saving effortless. So imagine how much less stress you will have knowing you can handle an emergency. So like Warren Buffett said, the best time to start saving was yesterday. The second best time is today. Even a $10 a week can change your future. So let's hear from you. How much do you have saved for emergencies? If it's zero, what's stopping you? Let's talk about it. You can start invest. These last 5 mistakes also are keeping people broke and people don't realize it. These next 5 mistakes are also keeping people broke and people don't realize it. Spending money before you make it. And this is about lifestyle inflation. Have you ever thought, when I make more money, I'll finally start saving? But then the race comes and somehow you're still broke. And why? Because when income goes up, spending goes up as well. Let's take an example of the athlete paycheck course. Did you know that about 78% of NFL players go broke within 3 years of their retirement? They start making millions, but instead of investing, they spent it all on cars, jewelry, mansions, luxury living. And the problem, they assume high income equals wealth. No, it's not. The reality is wealth equals how much you keep. So if you want to fix this, increase savings, not spending. Every time your income increases, save or invest 50% of the raise. Live like you're still making less, and your future self will thank you for it. And you can always ask yourself, do I need this or do I just want it? Also, not negotiating your salary is what some people overlook. The fact is, people who negotiate their salary an average of $1 million more over their careers than those who don't. Yes, most people never ask for more. So before your next job offer, set the market salary. On Glassdoor, LinkedIn Salary Insights to do this. Always negotiate. The worst they can say is no. And you can use this phrase, I'm excited about this role. Based on my skills and market research, is there flexibility on the salary? And see how it goes. Also, ignoring your credit score. It's something you should take very seriously. Your credit score isn't just about loans. It affects where you live, what you drive, even job opportunities. Look at this case study. John found a perfect apartment in his dream neighborhood. But when they ran his credit check, he got denied because his credit score was too low. So you can fix this by paying your bills on time. Even one late payment can drop your score. Keep credit utilization under 30%. If your limit is $10, never use more than $3 and check your credit report for errors. And you can do this on annualcreditreport.com. Also, time is your biggest asset. Don't always think, I will save later. One thing that is more valuable than money is time. So the earlier you start saving and investing, the more money you have. That's a fact. Without needing to invest as much. So save a little now, even $20 a week at home. Let compound interest work for you. The earlier you start, the less you have to invest later. The earlier you start, the less you have to invest later. Set up automatic savings. Treat it like a bill. So lack of financial information is also not a good thing. Not learning about money. Schools don't teach you financial literacy. You have to do this yourself. If you don't learn about money, you'll work for it forever. Take an example of a self-made millionaire secret. Study shows that 88% of self-made millionaires read books about personal finance and investing. Meanwhile, the average broke person spends hours on entertainment but never learns how to grow wealth. So if you want to fix this, simply read one financial book per month or two within 3 months. And you can start with psychology of money. Follow finance YouTubers and podcasts. Learn passively while driving or working out. And surround yourself with people who talk about money, because your circle influences your future. So which of these mistakes are keeping you broke and which will you fix first? So I want to take this away today. Wealth isn't built overnight, but it is built by daily decisions you make. So pick one thing and start now. So now that you know these 10 mistakes, fix one mistake today and tomorrow the next mistake. So start fixing those mistakes today, because it's time for you to take action and your future self will thank you for it. So know this, knowledge alone won't change your life. The difference between people who struggle financially and those who break free is action. And that's where the power of one decision comes in. The person who starts investing today equals to millionaire in the future. The person who builds an emergency fund today, no more money stress for the person. So this is your moment. Take action now or stay stuck forever. So you have two choices. Option 1, close this video and do nothing and keep repeating the same money mistakes. The second option, make one small change today and start shifting your financial future forever. So which of these mistakes have you made and what are you doing today to fix them? If you're comfortable enough, you can put in the comment section below and let's discuss. 2 heads are better than 1, remember. So thank you for staying with me up until this time. Rooting for you. Your journey to wealth starts now. See you in my next video.